Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, it is yours truly, the big guy with the big show, the Lord Nelson, that is. And today's episode of Sensational Singles is brought to you by the new album by Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson, titled 2. Yes, indeed, it's an amazing banger. Headbangers got that groove. You shall be entertained. Don't play yourself. It is exclusively on Bandzoogle, and I will leave the link for you to download it. It's only $9.99. Come on, man, stop playing. It's that dope and worth the purchase price. You guys be good. The album 2 by yours truly, the Lord, and the magnificent Matt Acevedo from Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson. You guys be good. Peace. Woo!
You are now tuned into Sensational Singles. I am the Lord Nelson, that is, and you shall be entertained. Make sure to subscribe, like, love, share, and comment. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, yeah. Welcome back to Sensational Singles, the show where we take a deep dive into the songs that shaped generations, yeah, defined moments, and left an indelible mark on the soundtrack of our lives. I am your host, the big guy with the big show, the Lord Nelson, that is, and this episode is brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with 5 Royals ENT. And today we're talking about a song that didn't just dominate the airwaves, it shook the very foundation of rock music. A song that marked a new era for one of the most explosive bands in history. A song that told the world sometimes the only thing left to do is take the leap, yo. The song is, you might as well jump. Might as well jump. Yeah, man. So, yo, it's 1984. Rock music is evolving. MTV is in full swing. And hair is gigantic. Guitars are louder, and bands are looking for the next sound that will define the decade. And then who comes? Van Halen. Yes, indeed. So up until this point, though, Van Halen was known as one of the most electrifying hard rock bands on the planet. And they were led by the wild charisma of David Lee Roth and the absolute guitar genius, we all know it, of Eddie Van Halen. They were a band built on blistering riffs, showmanship, and pure musical firepower. But with Jump, they did something nobody expected. They put the guitar on the back burner and brought in synthesizers. Yo, the 80s, man. Now, this was a huge risk, honestly, because many rock purists thought synths were too pop, too new wave, and too different. But Eddie Van Halen saw something else. He saw possibility, man. Yeah. And the story goes that Eddie had been playing around with a synthesizer riff for years. He loved it, but the rest of the band just they weren't too sure about it. Until the one fateful day, they decided to run with it. And what came out of those speakers was a riff that would become one of the most recognizable openings in rock history. And that's real talk right there. That bright, soaring synth line, and the moment you hear it, you know exactly what's coming. But Jump isn't just about the sound, it's about the message. So the story also goes that David Lee Roth wrote the lyrics after seeing a news story about a man standing on a building threatening to jump. And someone in the crowd yelled, "Go ahead and jump." I mean, it's not funny, but it's like, yo, if you gonna do it, do what you gonna do. Now, that moment could have been a dark one, but Roth flipped the meaning. Instead of despair, he turned it into motivation. And the song became about taking risks, about not being afraid, about standing at the edge of life and deciding to take the leap into something greater. Now, when Roth sings, "Might as well jump," it feels like a challenge to everyone listening. Stop hesitating. Stop doubting. Take that chance. And we've all done it, man. But if you want something to happen, man, you got to go out there and make it happen, man. It's more about just praying for it, man. You got to go out there and make it happen. And then there's Eddie Van Halen. Even though the song is built around the synths, Eddie still delivers a guitar solo that is pure magic. He's kind of like my boy Matt Acevedo, man. The magnificent Matt Acevedo. He just does work. I call him Matt, man. But anyway, I can go and talk about Matt all day long. But listen. So Eddie Van Halen, he had it where, fast, melodic, electric. He did that, and he can do that, and he did that. May he rest in peace. It's a reminder that even when he steps into new territory, he's still one of the greatest guitar players who ever lived. Now, when Jump was released in December of 1983 as the lead single from the 1984 album, it didn't just become a hit. It became the hit, man. Yeah, the song shot straight to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. And to this day, it remains Van Halen's only #1 single. Now, is that wild? Yo, it's an amazing song, though. And the music video featuring David Lee Roth's acrobatic dance moves, Eddie's iconic guitar, and that pure MTV energy, man. It became an instant classic. And I know you see behind me, man, David Lee Roth jumping like that, man. He was just handling business. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. The video, it was fun. It was loud. It was unapologetically Van Halen. But what makes Jump truly special is its timeless energy that excites you. From the first synth note to the last shouted "jump." It's a song that makes people move, makes people smile, and makes people feel like anything is possible. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the magic of a sensational single. A song that took a risk, a song that changed the sound of a legendary band, and a song that reminds us that sometimes the biggest moments in life happen when you're willing to take the leap. Thank you all for taking the time to spend some time. And until next time, remember, please remember, music, no matter the genre, is universal and the greatest high and time machine we know. That's real talk, ladies and gentlemen. One love, more love, less hate. You guys be good. Yes. Woo. Peace.
You are now tuned into Sensational Singles. I am the Lord, Nelson that is, and you shall be entertained. Make sure to subscribe, like, love, share, and comment. Let's go.